Welcome to the BMC Quick Course Series. My name is Reginald Stanfield, and I'm a software consultant for the BMC MainView products. In this presentation, I will show you a high-level view of MainView for Linux servers. Linux on the mainframe inherits all the mainframe strengths that have been developed over the past 50 years. Executing Linux in a Zvm environment provides the ability to run hundreds of Linux servers that are fully secure and driving the utilization to the machine to levels that are normal in a mainframe environment. As one of the most scalable platforms for Linux computing, Systemz has several major advantages. First, companies and governments can simplify their computing infrastructure. Numerous small Linux and PC servers can be combined into one mainframe, gaining all the benefits of centralization, but still keeping a multitude of specialized servers thanks to the virtualization support, thereby reducing operating costs. File servers, web servers, print servers, named directory servers, and other utility servers are well suited for that. Linux on Z can take advantage of mainframe qualities of service, especially their reliability and security features, to support continuous business operation. Also, mainframes support hot processor replacements. Linux and its applications continue to run undisturbed while adding or replacing processors, allowing business-friendly scaling according to demand. Additionally, IBM mainframe customers benefit, like other Linux users, from the vast and growing portfolio of useful software applications, including open source innovations. The MainView for Linux servers is a system management solution that provides services and functions to help you monitor and control your Linux servers. Built on the BMC MainView architecture, MainView for Linux servers uses a traditional MainView interface to provide access to Linux and Zvm performance data. The solution gives you a window of understanding Linux on Z performance and availability. It enables you to monitor key components across all Linux systems and drill down to a specific Linux system for detailed analysis. Some key areas that you can monitor are system activity, process activity, user information, mounted file information, shared memory, directory utilization, and more. MainView for Linux servers provide real-time information and statistics on Linux systems and application availability and performance. These functions are geared to increase application uptime by helping you quickly diagnose and solve problems. MainView for Linux servers provides monitoring and management of the Linux for Z series and S390 systems, as well as Linux for x86 systems. MainView for Linux servers function displays Linux and Zvm performance availability and information in real time and historical timeframes. The historical data allows you to perform trend analysis on the performance of your Linux and Zvm systems. In this demo, we will look at how MainView for Linux servers monitors and provides information and statistics about Linux and Zvm systems. So let's start with a high-level look at some of the functionality available in MainView for Linux servers. The MainView for Linux solution panel allows you access to applications that provide extensive analysis and troubleshooting capabilities, as well as strong monitoring and management tools for a large number of Linux servers or your Zvm system. The benefits that the MainView for Linux servers offer include information and statistics about Linux and Zvm systems, as well as application availability and performance. You can pre-specify a valid Linux and Zvm context parameter on the Linux solution panel. MainView saves these settings in your ISPF profile. The default of all shows all Linux and Zvm service points. From the initial solution, you can focus on either Zvm or Linux. Since Linux instances generally run under the Zvm environment, let's start out seeing what's available for monitoring in the Zvm environment. This is accomplished by selecting option 2 from the menu. By selecting option 2, we are presented with the MainView for Linux VM Easy menu. The MainView for Linux VM Easy menu provides easy access to Zvm submenus and views based on the type of information you want to monitor. The menu shows all the Zvm related options that you can access from the product. Like in most MainView products, the easy menus are designed to provide easy access to various resource metrics based on functions. On this easy menu, we see the options on the menu are grouped into two categories, activity and utilities. Now let's look at another easy menu, which provides similar options, but at a more function-specific level. We will select the Zvm Monitor Fast Menu option. The VM Monitor Fast Menu option provides easy access to VM submenus and views based on the type of information you want to monitor. The menu shows all the ZVM related options that you can access from the product. The options on this menu are grouped into four categories: System, I/O, Virtual Machines, and Utilities. The System option displays submenus and views which provide an overview of some aspects of your system performance. From these overview submenus and views, you can selectively display information about a particular element by hyperlinking to a menu that is specific to the element. The I/O option displays information regarding ZVM device-related performance. You can view information related to the I/O operations and requests, the number of mini-disk links to this particular device, as well as the number of channel paths available to a device. The Virtual Machine option provides information related to ZVM user information and statistics and Linux-only VM users. And the Utility option displays submenus from which you can access a broad variety of information, such as VM management actions. Let's talk about these menus as we go forward. But for now, let's hyperlink on the Resource Usage option under the System section to review the current performance of the ZVM environment. The hyperlink displays the ZVM Resource Usage view. This view presents real-time general ZVM system performance statistics. A sample of the performance measurements this view provides includes the ZVM system being monitored, the subchannel instructions issued per second, the number of virtual I/O requests, the number of logged on users, as well as the number of active users. We will go over to the right to see additional data. We are looking at additional performance data that is presented in the view. Since ZVM can be impacted by user activity, information regarding the number of users logged on, as well as the number of active users is displayed. To see the number of users currently logged onto the system, hyperlink on the data contained in the Log On User field. The resulting hyperlink takes us to the VM User view. From this view, you can see ZVM user information and statistics. If a user access to ZVM resources is impacting overall performance, from this view, you can perform two actions to a virtual machine if necessary. You can force log off the virtual machine, or you can change the priority of computing resources for the virtual machine. Back at the ZVM Monitor Fast menu, we'll look at ZVM device utilization. We will select Devices under the I/O section. This hyperlink takes us to the ZVM Virtual Devices view. This view displays all the virtual devices for the selected virtual machine. This view displays information about the physical disk attributes. One of the strengths of ZVM is the ability to create virtual disks called mini-disk. A mini-disk is a specific location of space allocated on a real DASI device and assigned to one or more ZVM users. On this view, we can see how many mini-disks are defined to a physical volume. We will view the information about the 46 mini-disks defined to device number 4E8C. To do this, we place our cursor on the number of mini-disks defined, 46, and press Enter. The hyperlink displays an alternate view of the ZVM Virtual Devices view named VML-DEVR. This view displays the mini-disk defined to the real volume. You can determine what users have access to the defined mini-disk and the type of access. The physical location of the mini-disk in relation to the real physical disk is displayed as well. Following displays we will review can be accessed from the ZVM Monitor Fast menu. We review the information available by accessing the ZVM Exec command, the ZVM Help, and the ZVM Management Action option. Let's start by hyperlinking on the ZVM Exec command option. The hyperlink produces a pop-up menu dialog. The VM exec command dialog allows you to run a VM exec without having to log on to the remote VM system. You can invoke a CMS or CP command by adding the CMS or CP prefix to your command. The Zvm Help View, which can be accessed from the Zvm Fast menu, displays the Zvm Help related information from the Zvm Help facility. Press Enter on one of the more task lines to display detailed information for the keyword. The Zvm Management Action View shows the primary commands that you can enter from the command line from a menu and from any view in the MainView for Linux servers with VM option. Now let's change our focus from Zvm to Linux. The MainView for Linux Easy menu provides easy access to submenus and views based on the type of information you want to monitor related to the Linux environment. On this Easy menu, we see the options on this menu are grouped into two categories: Activity and Utilities. Similar to the Zvm Easy menu, the Linux Easy menu has another Easy menu for Linux which provides similar options but at a more function-specific level. We will select the Easy Monitor Fast menu option to review this menu. The Linux Monitor Fast menu provides easy access to Linux submenus and views based on the type of information you want to monitor. The menu shows all the Linux-related options that you can access from the product. The options on this menu are grouped into 10 categories: System, Processes, Files, Users, Devices, Network, Logical Volume Manager, IPC information, System Parameters, and Utilities. From these overview submenus and views, you can selectively display information about a particular element by hyperlinking to a menu that is specific to the element. During the next few displays, we will focus on several hyperlinks from this menu. Under the Processes section, we will look at the overview, the command path parms, and the process tree views. Under the Utilities section, we will focus on the Linux management actions and the Linux shell commands. And we will finish up with the directory listing view under the File System section. But let's start with the hyperlink on the Resource Usage option under the System section to review the current performance of a Linux image. The System Resource view displays system resource information for a specific Linux image. The information in this view displays monitored Linux image name, the CPU usage, the average number of processes that are waiting for CPU service, the average number of times that the run queue is updated, the average number of processes that are ready to run, the number of processes running, and the total amount of physical memory that is in use. Process Overviews display, which can be accessed from the Fast menu by selecting the Overview hyperlink listed under the Processes section, displays a list of all processes that are running. You can display the files open for a process, kill a process, or change the priority of a process from this view. You can determine the command which invoked the process by hyperlinking on the Process Name option. Another option from the Linux Monitor Fast menu is the Command Path Parms selection. This view provides access to the commands that are issued for the various processes. The Process Level Tree view, also accessible from the Fast menu, displays the relationship between parent and child processes in the system. The Process Relationship Tree view views the combination of a sequence number and the level number to show the order and depth of the branches of a tree, following any process to the last child process. This release of MainView for Linux servers adds a new Logical Volume Manager option to the Linux Monitor Fast menu. The new option contains views for physical volumes and segments, volume groups, and logical volumes and segments. Each view has related logical volume commands that let you create, remove, or modify a physical volume, volume group, or logical volume. Let's look at the physical volume option. This view allows you to see the attributes and space utilization statistics for physical volumes. There are related line commands that let you create, remove, or modify a physical volume or volume groups. In addition, you can run file system commands to make, mount, or unmount file systems for a logical volume. The Linux Management Action View, which is accessible from the Fast menu, shows an index of primary and line commands and correlates them to the views that support the commands. You can enter the primary commands shown on the command line from anywhere within the MainView for Linux Servers product. This shows the remaining commands. The line commands require that you are in a certain view to use those commands. The line commands section of the menu lists the views that you must be in to issue the corresponding line commands. From the Linux Monitor Fast menu, the Linux Shell command option presents a dialog which allows you to run a Linux Shell command without having to log on to the remote Linux system. You have the option of running the command in the foreground or background. When the command is run in the foreground, the output is captured and displayed. To run the command in the background for long-running commands, such as those that run longer than the default 20-second specification for the reply timeout setting, specify Y in the Run in the Background field. The F-space view, which can be accessed from the Fast menu by selecting the directory listing hyperlink, displays either a detailed directory listing for a directory or a detailed file listing for a file, depending on how it was invoked. Line commands are listed at the top of the view. These commands allow you to create an archive file, change the permissions, change the user and/or group file ownership, as well as mount or unmount a file system. This concludes our high-level demo of some of the functionality of MainView for Linux servers. MainView for Linux servers monitors performance and availability of key components across all Linux instances and related VM systems. It provides rapid drill down to a specific Linux instance for detailed analysis and problem resolution. It delivers real-time information and statistics on systems and application availability and performance, thus quickly diagnosing and solving problems. Thank you for your time. For more information about any BMC mainframe product, please visit the URL shown here.